Indonesia is a realm of endless diversity, where towering volcanoes kiss the sky and vibrant cities pulse with life. This is a land where lush rainforests teem with unique wildlife, golden beaches stretch as far as the eye can see, and diverse cultures blend seamlessly. Yes, we're talking about Indonesia, a country that's as varied as it is vast. From the hustle and bustle of its cities to the tranquility of its natural landscapes, every aspect of this nation is rich in contrast. Welcome to Indonesia, an enchanting symphony of cultures where every corner tells a story. Travel back in time to the dawn of civilization, where Indonesia's story begins. Around 2000 BCE, early agricultural societies began to flourish, sowing the seeds of Indonesia's cultural diversity. By the 1st century CE, Hindu and Buddhist traders and settlers had arrived, leaving indelible marks on the archipelago. Their influence can be seen in majestic temples like Borobudur and Prambanan, silent witnesses to a time long past. These ancient societies laid the foundation for the diverse cultures we see in Indonesia today. Enter the Age of Kingdoms, a time of power, prosperity, and cultural flowering. The stage is set for the rise of two significant powerhouses, Sriwijaya and Majapahit. Sriwijaya, a maritime and commercial kingdom, dominated the strategic sea route between India and China from the 7th to the 13th century. It was a beacon of Buddhist learning and a center of trade. Then, enter Majapahit, an empire whose influence stretched far and wide across the Indonesian archipelago. The Majapahit era, often referred to as the Golden Age, saw tremendous cultural achievements. Hinduism and Buddhism flourished, influencing the art, architecture, and literature of the time. The renowned temples of Borobudur and Prambanan stand as testaments to this rich cultural tapestry. As these kingdoms rose and fell, they left an indelible mark on the region. Their influence echoed through the ages, shaping the cultural and religious landscape of what we now know as Indonesia. The legacy of these kingdoms continues to shape Indonesia's cultural and religious landscape. But as the old saying goes, every rose has its thorns. The Indonesian archipelago, an exquisite rose in the east, was beset by thorns in the form of European powers. The 16th century marked a turning point as the Dutch East India Company established a stronghold, laying the groundwork for what became the Dutch East Indies. This colonial rule, lasting for over 3 centuries, left an indelible imprint on the culture, economy, and social fabric of Indonesia. The Dutch exploited Indonesia's rich resources, with the spice trade being a primary focus. Yet, beneath the allure of nutmeg and cloves, the harsh realities of colonial life pervaded. The indigenous people grappled with subjugation, their voices stifled, their freedom curtailed. Yet, amidst the oppression, their spirit of resilience simmered. As the winds of the 20th century blew, this simmering resilience ignited a flame, the fight for independence. At the forefront were figures like Sukarno, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. His proclamation of independence in 1945 was a defining moment, a clarion call that resonated across the islands. However, the road to freedom was fraught with challenges. The Dutch attempted to re-establish control, but the Indonesians stood their ground. Their struggle culminated in international recognition of Indonesia's sovereignty in 1949. From colonial chains to the triumphant cry of independence, Indonesia's spirit remained unbroken. As we venture into modern times, Indonesia continues to evolve, navigating the currents of change. The 20th century saw the nation grappling with economic volatility, political upheaval, and the growing influence of globalization. The Asian financial crisis of 1997 sent shockwaves through the country, but the resilient spirit of Indonesia shone through as it embarked on a path of recovery. The journey to democracy was not without its trials. The nation weathered periods of authoritarian rule, corruption, and civil unrest. But through each challenge, Indonesia emerged stronger, evolving into a vibrant democracy that values the voice of its people. Yet, as Indonesia strides forward, it faces an impending challenge: the environmental crisis. The country's rich biodiversity is under threat from deforestation, endangered species face extinction, and the specter of climate change looms. But hope is not lost. The nation is making strides in conservation efforts and sustainable development. With its vast rainforests and diverse ecosystems, Indonesia holds the potential to be a global leader in environmental preservation. As we look ahead, we see a nation determined to surmount its challenges and realize its immense potential. From its ancient beginnings to its modern complexities, Indonesia's tale is one of resilience and transformation. It's a nation that continues to shape its destiny, honoring its past while embracing the future. Indonesia, a land with a storied past, now strides confidently towards a future of promise and potential.